I'm Rabbi Shaul Rosenblatt. Welcome to Tikkun's Weekly Dover podcast. Torah portion this week is Parsha Matos, the second to last in the book of Numbers by Midbar. We're told the story of the tribes of Gad and Reuben, who were the wealthiest of the tribes, of the 12 tribes of the Jewish people, and they saw the land on the east bank of the Jordan River, and it was very tempting to them. They had lots of sheep, and the land was very fertile and very great pasturage. And they asked Moses if they could stay there and remain there. And Moses ultimately agrees. But you've got to see that there's something wrong here. God's offering the Jewish people a land of milk and honey, and they want to live next door. Something not quite right there. There's something not exactly the way it should be. When they make the request to Moses to live on the other side of the Jordan, they say that they will build pens for their sheep and homes for their children. And then they will come and help the Jewish people conquer the land, and then they will return. And Moses points out to them that they got things a little bit wrong over there. He says to them, you're welcome to stay, but build homes for your children before you build pens for your sheep. And you get a sense that their wealth, their money, has confused them. And it's amazing the extent to which money confuses people and makes us lose sense of what our priorities are. At its extreme, somebody like Bernie Madoff, who stole money, in effect, from charities and left elderly people out in the streets with nothing. I'm sure that deep down, Bernie Madoff knew that being a good human being is more important than money. But when it came down to it, it's very easy to lose perspective and be blinded by the desire that comes when we see the dollar signs flashing in front of our eyes. Anyone with a family knows that family is more important than money. How much time do people spend with their family? How much time do people spend making money? And I'm not just talking about those people who are struggling to make ends meet. Equally, everybody knows that children would prefer a few minutes extra with their father or with their mother than a little bit extra money, than that extra toy. Everybody knows that. But how many people really implement it? How many people, when you ask them why they're spending those extra hours in the office, will tell you that they're doing it to give the best to their children? Maybe the best for your children is a little bit more time with you. Another example is that people, again, we know that the best environment for children to grow up in is in close-knit communities, is in neighbourhoods where the houses are close to each other and there's a sense of community. But that mansion in that wealthy neighbourhood that is 10 miles away from the nearest home just seems so enticing and so appealing that it's very hard not to be distracted and lose sense of what you know is more appropriate. And finally, and what I want to say, again, people know that lavish bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs send a terrible, terrible message to the child who is just coming of age. And yet, people can't help but indulge. And then it becomes a matter of keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Cohens, maybe. What did Gad and Reuben's wealth get them to? They remained. They remained on the east side of the Jordan, and they had plenty of space for their sheep, and they grew wealthy and successful, and they built themselves large homes and mansions. And they went into exile 100 years before the rest of the Jewish people. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom. If you're interested in finding more about Tikkun's ideas, what we teach, and some of the programs that we run, please look us up on www.tikkun.co.uk. Thank you.